Most parents don't actually want obedient children. What they really want are calm children. Children who don't explode over small frustrations. Children who can wait their turn. Children who don't need constant reminders to behave. Children who seem steady inside themselves. And when Western parents visit Japan, they often notice something surprising. Even very young children walk calmly in public spaces. They cooperate more easily in groups. They rarely shout across restaurants. They seem centered. So the question naturally becomes, what are Japanese parents doing differently? And maybe the more important question is this: why does it work without punishment? Because here's something many parents don't realize. Calm behavior is not something you force into a child. It's something you grow inside them. Imagine this moment. Your child spills juice on the floor right after you clean the kitchen. Your first reaction rises quickly. Why weren't you careful? But your child isn't careless in the way adults mean careless. Their brain is still learning prediction, still learning attention control, still learning how actions connect to consequences. And this is where Japanese parenting quietly shifts direction from what many Western families expect. Instead of reacting to behavior first, they respond to belonging first. In many Japanese homes, children grow up feeling something very powerful from the beginning. Not pressure, not fear, but responsibility to the group. Even toddlers are gently included in shared routines, putting toys away together, helping carry small items, watching how older children behave. They aren't told they must behave well. They begin to feel that their behavior affects everyone around them. And when children feel connected like this, they regulate themselves differently. Because self-control doesn't begin with discipline. It begins with awareness. There's a story many teachers who visit Japan share. During lunchtime at school, even very young children help serve meals to their classmates. No one assigns perfect helpers. Everyone participates, not because they are trained to obey, but because participation feels normal. And when something feels normal, children stop resisting it. In many Western homes, adults carry most responsibilities, while children are protected from effort, which sounds but sometimes it quietly removes a child's opportunity to feel capable. And capable children tend to be calmer children because they feel steady inside their role in the family. Another difference appears in how adults respond to emotional moments. Picture this. A toddler begins crying in a grocery store. Many parents feel pressure immediately. People are watching. The noise is rising. Embarrassment starts creeping in. So the adult reacts quickly. Stop crying. Use your words. Calm down right now. But here's something interesting. In Japanese parenting culture, adults often respond differently. Instead of correcting the behavior first, they stay close to the emotion. They may kneel beside the child, lower their voice, stay physically present, not to fix the feeling, but to hold the moment steady. Because children borrow calm from adults before they build it themselves. Self-regulation doesn't begin inside the child. It begins between the child and the parent. And when children repeatedly experience calm responses during emotional storms, their brains begin learning a pattern. Strong feelings are manageable. Not dangerous, not shameful, not something that disconnects them from their parent. That changes everything. There's another quiet habit Japanese families often practice. They prepare children before transitions happen. Instead of sudden instructions, like, "We're leaving now," children often hear something like, "In 5 minutes, we'll go home," or, "After this activity, it will be time to clean up." To adults, this feels small. To children, This feels enormous because young brains struggle with sudden change. Transitions are one of the biggest triggers for resistance. So when children are given time to adjust mentally, they cooperate more easily. Not because they're more obedient, but because their nervous system had time to prepare. Another thing Western parents sometimes misunderstand is silence. In many Western cultures, talkative children are seen as confident children. But in Japan, quiet observation is often respected. Children are not pushed to perform socially before they're ready. Instead, they are allowed to watch, listen, absorb. And something surprising happens when children are allowed to observe first. They join later with more confidence, because confidence grows from readiness, not pressure. There's also something subtle happening in how adults correct behavior. In many Western households, correction sounds direct. Don't do that. That's not nice. Say sorry. But in Japan, correction often sounds indirect. A parent might say, "That made your friend sad," or "Everyone is trying to work together." Instead of focusing on the rule, they focus on the relationship. This teaches something powerful. Behavior affects people, not just consequences. And children who understand social impact begin adjusting behavior naturally because they want to stay connected, not because they want to avoid punishment. This creates what psychologists sometimes call internal discipline, which is very different from external discipline. External discipline says, follow the rule because someone is watching. Internal discipline says, follow the rule because it feels right. And calm children usually grow from internal discipline. Another moment many parents recognize happens at bedtime. A child suddenly becomes more emotional than usual, more sensitive, more resistant, maybe even unreasonable. It can feel confusing, but Japanese parenting often treats evening emotions differently. Instead of correcting behavior strongly at the end of the day, parents stay softer because they understand something simple but powerful. Children lose emotional strength when they are tired. So bedtime isn't a behavior problem, it's a nervous system signal. And when parents respond gently during tired moments, children begin learning something deep about safety. Even difficult emotions don't change connection. This builds long-term calm faster than strict correction ever could. There's also something interesting about independence. Many people assume calm children come from strict homes. But in Japan, independence often starts earlier than Western parents expect. Young children walk short distances with friends, carry small responsibilities, manage simple routines, not because adults step away, but because adults quietly trust them sooner. And when children feel trusted, they begin acting trustworthy. Confidence and calmness often grow together because both come from the same place. Belief in capability. Another difference appears in how adults speak around children. In many Western environments, adults explain rules loudly and clearly. But Japanese parenting sometimes relies more on modeling than explaining. Instead of saying, "Be patient," adults show patience. Instead of saying, "Respect others," adults demonstrate respect. And children copy what feels normal around them, not what they are told repeatedly, because children learn behavior the same way they learn language, through exposure, not instruction. There's also a quiet emotional habit many Japanese families practice without realizing it. They avoid labeling children as good or bad. Instead of saying, "You are being naughty," they focus on the situation. "This is difficult right now." Or, "That choice didn't help the group." This protects something very important inside the child, their identity. Because when children believe they are good people who made a mistake, they correct behavior faster. But when children believe they are bad children, they defend behavior instead. And defense creates conflict. Identity creates growth. There's another small moment many parents recognize. A child refuses to share, and the adult feels pressure to fix it immediately. But in Japan, sharing is often introduced through group experience first. Children clean together, eat together, solve problems together. So sharing doesn't feel forced. It feels expected, because belonging comes before cooperation. And cooperation becomes easier when belonging feels secure. Here's something important to understand. Japanese parenting is not calmer because children are naturally calmer. It's calmer because the environment supports calm behavior from the beginning. Predictable routines, group awareness, gentle transitions, quiet modeling, emotional closeness. These things slowly shape the child's brain. And here's the encouraging part. None of them require punishment. Because punishment can stop behavior quickly, but connection changes behavior permanently. So if you're wondering where to begin, start somewhere small. Invite your child into daily routines instead of doing everything for them. Prepare them before transitions instead of announcing sudden changes. Stay close during emotional moments instead of correcting immediately. Model calm instead of demanding calm. These don't look dramatic, but they reshape how children experience themselves inside the family. And calm children are not children who never struggle. They are children who know they are safe while they are struggling, because the goal was never perfect behavior. The goal was always emotional stability. And the quiet truth many parents eventually discover is this: children don't become calm because they are controlled. They become calm because they feel understood.